survive, I'll be honest. Loving the thought of me, I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart. Never need a back and it's real. Open up, make us feel. Yeah, me love one thing. Me make a bad man sing. But then I follow come every silicon I got the finish work Without you I could feel lose my mind Without you I could feel fall and die Without you I could give up my life Without you Never need a mechanic
Alrighty. So here's the thing now. You know that we've been going through the entire show today talking about fresh start and decluttering and, refurbishing and getting all of these things together. And the most fundamental thing that you can do, of course, you know what that is. And it's not even fundamental. It's fundamental and transformative and most affordable is paint. You understand? So because we're going to, we're looking at our space now in the fresh eyes and doing all these things, of course, we're going to tell you what are the hottest paint colors that you can implement for your space. Because guess what now? You want your space to look rich. You want your space to look like it has a personality to it. You want your space to look like it's well thought out, right? And of course, you want your space to look like you do it. You understand? You can invite me or any other designer, decorator who is worth their salt and, worthy of you to come into your space and to advise you of colors. But if it doesn't resonate in your soul or so on, then it now go work. You understand? So, you have to know where you're coming from in order for you to know where you're going. So I'm just going to give you a little, things about these colors now so that you can go on and color your space. Remember, you don't have to color the entire space. You can just do walls, right? The first one that I have for you is a, what you call a Hague blue. Hague blue. It is a deep, sophisticated blue that adds depth and a calming atmosphere to any room. Now, remember, guys, that color affects mood, right? So if you are a high personality in terms of you're on and popping all the time and you're going and whatever, you know what's going to happen, right? You need to come down when you got to your house. You can't go put red in the space because you know what? You're too hyper you're too hyper, right? So we have to take you down a notch, take you down into, just take you down a notch, please, and then, it will give you a calming color. Now, the trend that is popular now, you know what the trend that's popular? Color washing. The same color on your ceiling is the same color on your walls. And I know, but it's color washing. It's a trend. You don't have to do it. If you hate it, it's fine. You don't have to do it in your space. You don't. You can just wish it well and go and go on about your business and you have the white ceilings. But for those of us who want the full trend in the space, then you got it. Okay. Another one that is good is the smoky azurite. That's another blue. Blues are good in your space. Why? Because blue gives you a very calming feeling. It just does. It really takes you to a different space. And remember, blue doesn't ever have it doesn't have any connotations of negativity throughout the world. So blue is just a great color. And remember now, BH Paints has over 1,300 colors on their palette and another 2,000 colors where them can mix. So therefore, it's, a blue is not just a blue or blue. You can have 15 million shades of blue. You understand? So this blue, as you right now, is a rich, smoky blue that brings a sense of serene and calming into and also elegance. It look like old money. Let me tell you something. You don't want your space look like new money. You understand? You don't want make it look like you just come. You want it look like your pockets been there for a very long time. Because new money we can see, we can just see new money, right? Old money is classic, it's timeless, and it's stayed. All right. So here's another one now called Funky Fruit. And this one is a bright, playful color, right? And it energizes any room and is perfect for adding that touch of color. It is like a little papaya color. You understand what I'm saying? And great. Papaya, peachy, shrimp, any of those colors, really, really, really good as a background color. You understand? It just gives you a touch of color as opposed to something that is really deep and rich, And as you know, there's a difference between deep and rich and bright. You know what I mean? Yeah. We Jamaicans, we like bright. We are bright people. And that's why you're brighty. Yeah, your house bright too. But deep, rich colors look rich. Little pops of color look playful. Right? How about red now? A warm, inviting red is really ideal for entrances and creating a really welcoming atmosphere. Red in whatever tone. I know we're just coming out of the Christmas red. So in your head, you are thinking bright red. No, I don't want a bright red. But remember, red has 15 million different shades of red. You understand? And when you get to BH and when they color that thing for you, no matter if you can bring something in and say, okay, I want this red, they will do it if they don't have it on their palette. You understand? Red is good for a playroom. It's good for energizing. It's good for passion, and it's also, if you tone it down, put some black in there and make it be like an aubergine red or over to the burgundy side or anything like that, then it becomes again that deep, rich color, right? Perfect for a dining room. You put some gold with that. Lord of mercy, I want to tell you. Yeah. And when you get into that deep maroon color, right? Also good. So we're moving from the red now into the maroon. Now remember, red can go, with two different undertones. It could be either, your warm red or your blue red. Your warm red is hot and energizing. Your blue red is a little deeper, right? Okay. Now, how about the whites? A lot of people are like, me don't want to white in my house, it's too white, and whatever the case is. And, and every year we come out with these things and we say, okay, the trend colors for the year are a certain set of colors. BH paints, of course, we have our Jamaica Vibes palette, and that is the trend colors for the year, the trendiest colors based on all kind of research and studies that we've done, right? But white is white. Yeah. You might not necessarily just go color your entire home white, but white is white. It cleanses your palette. It gives a clean, fresh look. And when it is juxtaposed against other colors, then it brings up the other color. You understand what I'm saying? Whereas in the very modern apartments that we're doing right now, we want all white. But remember, white comes with a maintenance cost as well. Get it? Okay, it's also very versatile and it provides a clean, fresh base and it's suitable for any room. But remember now, white, right, is you can't go paint your wall white and you have 3 kids and a dog. You will be in frustration every single day you wake up because you will be walking around with bleach and a rag every single day. Who wants to do that? You know what I mean? All right. So there's a beautiful color now called a mossy oak. It's like a light celadon green, like a sage green. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And it's very natural and it really grounds the space for an uplifting vibe. It's ideal for any space, that moss green, and really, when I tell you, say it nice, it nice. Think about, for everybody who's listening to me on 90.3, 90.5, 90.7 and 90.9, think about a green that is not a hunter green, a deep green. Think about a sage green, and that will go with almost anything. Yeah. It's a color that is perfect for your kitchen, perfect for an entry. Remember, green is a nature color. All right. So once you start to put the green in your space, and the trendiest green for the holiday was the emerald green. So I'm not saying for you to put an emerald green in the space, right? Unless it is maybe a wall and you're creating an environment here and there, right? But I would not do an emerald green in an entire room. I did it in my son's room, two walls, and it is beautiful. Check my TikTok, Karen Design Diva Booker. It is so, and I did it myself. I didn't have any workmen come in here, whatever. I did it. I painted the wall myself. Can I tell you? Yeah, and beautiful. If you're looking at the Nationwide 90 FM live right now, you will see the emerald green on the wall there. That's not my house, okay? We just took a picture. That's a stock photo, and you will see how it really grounds the space. You know what I mean? Really, really, really nice, like beautiful. So here is the takeaway from our little session here today. If you do deep colors, deep is not bright, deep is deep. You understand? Deep colors would be like this emerald green, the maroon, the deeper shade like a navy blue, those colors there. You are talking about rich for your yard. Okay, we're talking about timeless classic. You're not going to do it in the entire space, but do a little bit of color blocking. If you're talking about the pastels for your walls now, right? Your pastels would be a playful hint of color. All right, those colors now do a cleansing in your palette. Cool. So you always have to balance the thing. You can't go all deep and then go, or you can't go all pastel. It's uninteresting. What you want to do is provide a play of color in your space, so your space looks interesting at the very least. You're providing a foundation for everything else to come in. If you are unsure about the palettes for your space, then you can of course go down to BH and have one of those color people advise you, or you can get a rug and you pick out colors from that, or you can get a beautiful piece of fabric and you pick out colors from that. And what that will do is set the tone and the palette in your space and provide what? Some cohesiveness, some harmony in your space. All right, cool. So we'll soon come back. Be right back. We're just gonna pay some bills and come right back.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals dey in human form. Body man nobody like work, but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish they won't fight us. If them they run them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us. Me no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me. Could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap be no wrong. But it rush, well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap be the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It rush, well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us.
Interior design was brought to you by BH Paints. Paint it, love it with BH Paints.
Come to Marshall's Pharmacy today for your free medication management consultation. Let them guide you in taking care of what matters most, the health of you and your family. Shop now for gifts, personal care, household and stationery items, plus print services by Print Corner. Follow them on Instagram at Marshall's Pharmacy or call or WhatsApp them at 876-491-7841. We are open late every day to serve you.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paints 100% Acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Stop the sneeze. Grab some DPH.
I'm congested. DPH.
DPH. Mommy, I have a runny nose.
Come and take some DPH.
Getting rid of a cold or allergies is easy. Take DPH in adult or children's formulation and eliminate your sniffling, coughing, sneezing, and itching. DPH. Minimize the symptoms, maximize the relief. Another great product from the Caramed Group.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Dezign Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Dezign Privacy.
I've been facing, but this year, your blessings I'm embracing.
You're in the Design Studio with the Design Diva, Karen Booker.
We not go far, we a go go, we go win, you go do. All of the blessings fall on my yard. Blessings stay for my yard, And like a that, he go be, he go see, he go feel because the blessings fall on my yard. Blessings fall on my yard.
Let me just tell you something. I know you're waiting on it. I know you're waiting. We're now into the home tour segment. Yes, honeys. This is when we get to go outside. Yeah, out of the studio, and we film and we find these nuggets. We find these pieces. We find these homes that are like pieces of art on the rock. Yes, so today we are at the Seville, and some of you saw this already, but it's a good way to start out the new year as to, give us some little ideas as to what we can do. All right. Okay. Are you ready? I introduce to you the Seville home tour.
Too many distractions, too many problems. I feel to run away, but I will go solve
Welcome back to the home tour. Come on. Have I got a treat for you? Guess what? We are at another property of the franchise, Choose to Be Happy. And yes, it is all that and more. Come with me. Let's go look inside. Come on. Wow. Yes. Okay, all right. What I am seeing here, 3 colors at play. A touch of blue, lots of white, and gray. We're talking about the porcelain floors laid on the vertical in a brick pattern. We're also talking about the solid surface countertops, yes, in granite, and then the sledge stone. So you know it is texture upon texture. Walk in and what you do? I have to check out the cuteness. You understand what I'm saying? There is a nice, beautiful, full-length mirror right here so I can check in when I come in. And of course, I can check in when I leave. Yes, another thing that is really jumping out at me is a spiral staircase. My curiosity has already bucked it, gone all the way up because I want to know what's up there. So the strategic use of the white on the walls juxtaposed with the gray on all the painted surfaces and of course on the surface here of the spiral staircase gives me a sense of rest, gives me a sense of rejuvenation. It gives me a sense of refreshing, like, yes, my spirit has come home to rest. All right, let's check out the kitchen. Yes, we're talking about a G kitchen here, right? And then you can seat 4 people from the peninsula. It works in a very small space. Stainless appliances, beautiful artwork, the gray juxtaposed with the white it works. It's a functional kitchen, yet it's not cramped and crowded, but it's small. Beautiful use of space. You will see as I go through, there is a repeating pattern. So there's a lot of rhythm in the space based on this trellis geometric here. It's one pattern throughout the space that gives you a sense of cohesion and, yes, rhythm. Here's what's so impressive about this space, the finishes. And here's what I mean. This is a table here. You can see that it was pre-loved, and all they've done is just paint it, and they've painted it with the emulsion paint that is an oil finish. That way, when it is dried, it is a very hard and tough finish. You can't destroy that. Coming over now to the console, quartz here, so it is a one wipe. So everybody, when you're doing your Airbnbs, make sure that the maintenance of it is strong, and it's very strong here. Remember I told you about my 3 colors? Here we go again. The white of the walls, the gray in the sofa and the finishes, and of course the touch of blue in the trellis geometric. It is so wonderful. Now here's what is speaking to your spirit and your soul when you walk in now. The artwork. The artwork, you see, because they have a play on the grays with the cabinetry, right, and the painted furniture, you know what happens now, right? The artwork comes alive. These are the Jamaican masters, and of course Richard Hall is one of them, and then the subject matter. So whereas you will think that, oh my God, this is a respite, it's so peaceful, it's so nice, it gives you a little jolt to your soul when you look at the art in the space. The TV wall is treated to sledge stone. It is the material that you will use when you want to do a feature wall, but you don't want to be in your face with it. So what happens is now, it pops the texture. You understand what I'm saying? It's simple, it's classy, it's timeless. And that's what you want in your space, especially for an Airbnb. Because you know Airbnb, people come in and out. You know what I'm saying? They're not necessarily very careful with your things. So you want to put these strong finishes in so that, yeah, not only does it look good, it's functional and it's easy to clean. Yeah. So I'm on my way now to the bedroom. And what do I see in the corner? This beautiful accent chair, again, with the same repeated design of the trellis geometric. You understand? So therefore, there's not a whole lot of patterns going on in there, although it's one nice, beautiful pattern. So what that does now, it cleanses your palette with the white walls to take in the beautiful art. It's just that simple. You got it? Yeah. Can we talk about the barn door? Can we talk about the barn door? Do you see what I'm doing? You see, when you have a barn door, you don't have to think about door swing. Yes, and then because this apartment is like a museum, because everything in here is all about the art, we look at the beautiful hardware. It's not an ordinary hardware on this, you know. It's very, very nice hardware for the barn door. The next thing that I want to talk to you about now, look at this regular French door, and they have frosted the panels. What that does, gives you privacy for the bedroom. Let's go in there and look and see what's going on. Yes, this is a yes. This is a thumbs up. Here we go again. Let's go. Let's go. Quartz countertop, right? On top of what is a desk. You understand where I'm going with this? One wipe, maintenance free, and looks great. It is the perfect blend of aesthetically pleasing and functional. You understand? Again, we're talking about the painted finishes. The painted, look at this gray. It's like a slate gray. Beautiful, beautiful gray on the cabinetry, and the same thing on the closets. And then they have like a bookshelf or a shelving unit here, which has great movement. What they've done now is put the white on top so you can see this great contrast. The white and the gray, there's perfect harmony and of course perfect rhythm in this space. All right, the bed. Again, here we're talking about the hug. you just want to jump into the bed. You know, anytime you go in a bedroom and then you know, your bed is made with nice, fresh white sheets, and then you have this beautiful, nice blanket here because it's Jamaica, it's hot. We don't need more than this. It's just nice. Upholstered headboard. And why not? Upholstered headboards, it creates like warm and comfy and a hug. Remember, I pointed out the spiral staircase when we walked in, right? As I walk into this bedroom, and you know, you're forced to look up because of all of the beautiful art on the walls. But not only am I seeing art, there's a window there. So that must mean that's the second bedroom. You know what? Let's go check it out. Come on, let's go. Going up, come on. Whoa, we have landed. We have landed. You know, it's a full-size bedroom up here, right? In a loft space, which is, you know, it's like prime space. And you guys, let me just tell you something. If ever you have a really tall ceiling, consider putting in a loft. Yes, you never know. So this is a full-size secondary bedroom. And we're talking about a beautiful headboard again in gray. Yes, in order for that repetition and the harmony. Yes, so we have this beautiful tufted headboard. It says what it is in the room. It is the focal point. You look at it and of course, choose to be happy, especially with our white sheets. So it's gray, it's white, it's texture, it is artwork. Remember, I've always said in small spaces, use up your verticals, use up your walls. Yes, so this is what they have done. Every inch of space, well, not every inch of space, but you know, strategically placed, we have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork on the wall. And it's all hand done. There's no prints here. No prints here at all. Did I introduce you to the home office over there? Yeah? Okay, let me introduce you to that. Viewers, meet the home office. Home office, meet the viewers. Yes, because we went through our pandemic and because we knew that, listen, in order for us to make money, in order for us to be creative, in order for us to do our get ready with me's and the dollies and the makeup stuff, we need to create these spaces at home. So, my darlings, make sure that you are inspired and motivated to do this in your space. Wherever you find a little 3-foot space, you can have a home office. You certainly can. The wall unit, yes. It says structure, it says timeless, and it says classic. Remember I told you about the window, right? Yeah, I'm looking right downstairs. It gives me height. As a matter of fact, a loft bedroom with a window, it really and truly opens up the space. Let's go check out the bathroom. Wow, let's unpack this bathroom. You know, I've always said a bathroom is a bathroom is a bathroom, right? But when you have small spaces, of course, they've done a wonderful job in doing the white walls. And these walls are in perfect condition. I can't see a blemish. And I'm looking. All right, cool. Again, the art, but look at the walls. Look at the tiles. We're talking about herringbone mosaic over here. And then the same tiles that you have on the floor everywhere else is the shower floor in the shower area. You understand what I'm saying? Now, no slip issues here because it is the porcelain in a plant. So therefore, it has a little grit, it has a little texture. No, we have the rain head shower. So we stand here and we feel like, oh yes, we're at Dunn's River. And then we have our jets here, right? We have the niche over here. And if you're doing any kind of bathroom renovation these days, you must have a niche. Did you know that way back in the day, right, we used to live outdoors? Yes, we did. Meaning that we would be inside for our cooking or sleeping only. And then outside would be where we would entertain. It's where we would do everything in life. And then now, after 6 o'clock, we would go inside. So let me just tell you something. Because of the weather in Jamaica, we have these things called verandas. Everywhere in the world, we say patios. So the verandas these days, because, you know, we live inside with AC, are slightly used. Yes, but remember, let's go back to the roots. Let's enjoy the flora. This is what people, let me tell you something. We live where all the people vacay. Enjoy your patios, enjoy your verandas, whatever you want to call it. Just enjoy the outside. So can you imagine now, you come home from in the evening, you sit here, you're thinking about your day, you're thinking about how wonderful and blessed you are to be living in Jamaica? Oh yes, this is paradise. Yeah, man. Can I just tell you that was so
Welcome back to the home.
Nice. That was so nice. We had to do it twice. We had to introduce you again to the Seville. Oh my God, I just love that place. So anyway, we'll soon come back and we're going to be joined with Budget Auntie herself. I am just so excited. The excitement is just bucking. Round of applause, please.
Supposed to give me body non-stop. One more tunjo, and one more tunjo. Steady money non-stop. Fine lady, your body is necessary. Fine lady, your body is necessary.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
Come to Marshall's Pharmacy today for your free medication management consultation. Let them guide you in taking care of what matters most, the health of you and your family. Shop now for gifts, personal care, household and stationery items, plus print services by Print Corner. Follow them on Instagram at Marshall's Pharmacy or call or WhatsApp them at 876-491-7841. We are open late every day to serve you.
It's time for a new look.
And high time to get serious about protecting our home and investment.
It's time to choose BH Paints with over 60 years experience in quality paint finishes. Their products are superior and long-lasting.
Time to check them out.
Ask about BH Paint's 100% acrylic Ultima Plus paint and primer in one. Experience rich colors with advanced UV and mildew-resistant technologies, independently tested by experts. What are you waiting for? Visit a BH Paints Color Center today.
Introducing Domus Windows and Doors, Caribbean UPVC solutions. Now open at the Summit, 16 Chelsea Avenue, Kingston 5. Order energy-efficient solar E-windows and doors that offer laminate glass for enhanced security and a 50% reduction on your air conditioning usage. Now that's saving money. And these windows and doors are manufactured to international standards with a 20-year warranty on the frames. Get special offers in time for Christmas. Call or WhatsApp 619-1223 or visit the showroom today.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
You're in the Dezign studio with the Dezign Diva, Karen Booker.
My baby, my Valentine. Now you do make you what temperature days. If you leave me a good time, I swear you are like the oxygen I need to survive. I'll be honest, loving the thought of me. I am so obsessed. I want to chop your heart.
So guys, this is the time of the show where I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite guests ever. Her name is Mrs. Patricia Henry Brown. She's also a newlywed. Yes. And this is a lady, let me just tell you something. She is self-made. She's in the clan. She is tribe. She is real people. You understand what I'm saying? Enough letters behind her name. and very, very qualified, because she is a chartered accountant. She's not just somebody who, go on YouTube and thing and say, okay, now I'm going to give you something. No, she knows how to advise. She knows exactly, she's going to take us from the, as I said, we need to set the system together in order to get to our goals. So in order for the system to go on now, Miss Patno, Budget Auntie, you know who she is. You see her on Instagram. You see her all over Observer. She's always on Preach too, because she's, of course, multidisciplinary, right? And she's going to take us through the thing, because we have to soar. We have to go from this whole heap of thing where we're investing our money in clothes and events and don't have a dime in our pocket, and a walk street and a take taxi and we don't have no care. You understand? And those who have care, them always on E. Enough. That have to come out of the thing. Some you laugh. It's true. It's true. You see, like how the festive season, some of us are a little bit too festive. You understand? And because, it's 100 days of January, it's a perfect time now. It's a perfect time. So, Mrs. Patricia Henry Brown, how are you? And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon, listeners. Before we move into the chartered accountancy, though, I want to say, I don't know if you know this, Karen, but at 20, I already had my two children, 18 and 20. And as you said, at age 18, yes, and age 20. And as you said, I'm newlywed, which was in 2024, so there were no husband around. I had the two children from my high school boyfriend. And at that time, I had one CXC accounts and mathematics, two subjects at the CXC levels. So I had to work my way up. So before, listeners think that, well, she's a chartered accountant, she had it all figured out. I just didn't have it figured out. With two children at 20 from a high school boyfriend that was doing nothing at all, it was very difficult. And so I developed the discipline of budgeting and also living within my means.
What you don't know is I have been listening to you throughout the years, and so I know your story, and I know about the first home that you bought in Portmore, which I want you to tell the people, because and it's so wonderful that you really led with, listen, I had two children, can you imagine? Two children by 20, right? So if I can do this, you can do it too. You understand? And you pulled up yourself by your bootstraps. But without further ado, and hold up on my talking, because I've been talking now for an hour and 45 minutes. Go and take up the thing, yeah, man, Pat.
Yeah, so I'm a St. Thomas native. That is a big talk. You have to know what is happening in the streets with popcorn et al. So I'm a St. Thomas native. But I've been living in Kingston for a long while. So at 26, I had the opportunity, still living in St. Thomas, to buy a house in Portmore.
Yes.
And I was trying to buy a car, and my boss at the time realized and channel my energy into buying this house.
Yes.
It was just on the crux of me moving from St. Thomas to Kingston with children. And it was very difficult for me to be traveling back and forth with the children from Portmore. At that time, there was no causeway. And so I made a decision then to rent in Kingston, rent out the house in Portmore, and a lot happened in between then and now. Right. Just a whole lot. But what it is discipline. Is 80% is how we organize ourselves and discipline ourselves. And the other 20% is the formal education. I just want us to understand that. So I don't want persons to tell me that, well, we didn't understand this financial literature and everything else. We can. It comes down to the 80% that we're going to talk about here today. Right.
What I'm just going to say this as women, because I've been a woman all my life, so I can only talk about that. The studies are coming out now where women are living stronger lives in terms of not having the babies as we, as we have been accustomed to, like you have all these babies and so on. So therefore the focus now of women has changed. The trajectory is changed. The trajectory now is power of a sound mind, you know what I'm saying, and really putting the thing. So that is why we are here now to talk about why budgeting is so important at the start of the year, so we can set the system right.
All right. So the first thing we have to do is to go back to 2024. We have to look at our spending pattern. Don't tell me you can't find it. Go back in your bank account and you know for sure what you have been spending on. You know your spending triggers. And so in order for us to build out 2025, we should look at the lessons that we're going to learn from 2024 and curve those. We have to address our spending triggers. We have to unsubscribe from all of these stores sending us notice 50% off, 30% off. Not because it is on sale, it doesn't mean that we have to buy it. Now, the next thing we have to consider in 2025 is that economies around the world, in the region and also Jamaica, are going to tighten, will continue to tighten. Things are hard everywhere. And so last year, inflation rate was about 5.8% average, and saving rate ended at 6.5%. Now, how 2025 is looking, you should still expect uptick in inflation rates, and there are talks already that interest rates will be lowered. So it means you're going to get less interest or less money on the monies that you are saving. So it's important for us to understand where the world is going, where the region is going. We see what is happening in Trinidad and also where Jamaica is going. So because of that, we need to buckle up and so start setting our budget right.
I want to ask you a question. You said inflation. There are many of us listening out there who, we hear the word over and over, inflation, but we really don't have a handle on what inflation is and how it affects us, the little people out here.
Yeah, so it's really the movement in a basket of products that our statistical institute would identify as the basic basket for a household. To put it simple. And so there's a movement in those prices. So price is gonna go up, so you're spending more. Remember, if chicken go up or bread go up by 6-7%, your salary increase might only be 3 or 4%. So you're not doing so well there. You have to pace inflation, right? And so because of that, you need to set a budget. You need to set your goals for 2025. The goals could be saving towards a house or saving towards a car. A common goal could be paying down debt, like credit card debt.
Yes.
Because too much debt in your portfolio will really cause you to be borrowing even more if you can't, pay down those. And the most common financial goal that you're going to set in 2025 is to make a budget and stick to it.
Okay, so we're going to talk about now how we really make that realistic budget and the financial goals for the year.
Right.
Because some of us don't have a clue.
Right.
They don't have a clue.
Right. So we have several budgeting apps that we can use. Just go in your app store and you can look for an app for the younger folks. For you and I, Karen, we can pull up our Excel sheet.
Oh, you mean?
Excel is always a good idea. They said if you think it, you should ink it. And if you can't use Excel, write it down. You're going to look at all your income stream, month by month, what you expect to get in and what you expect to pay. So you're going to list all your utilities, your water, your JPS, your internet. You're also going to list amounts for breakdown, the motor vehicle breakdown. You're going to list your insurance. You're going to list your gas. So those, I would say, are essentials or needs.
Right.
50% of your budget really should be going towards those. Your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, the children's school fees, things like that. And then you have another 30% now that you're going to use that for wants because we have to live a little. We have to go to a party here and there. We're not going to go to all of the parties. But some of them. And if you're a carnival junkie, you're going to also, allocate some of that 30% towards that. But the other 20%, you must be putting it away, save or invest. And saving your money in a commercial bank is not necessarily investing. All right. So what is important is that you have in a commercial bank, because of the interest rate, is maybe 3 to 6 months of livable expense. You want to be sure that if you fall in a rut, if you lose your job, or if the customer didn't pay you for the work that you did, Karen, I know you don't have any customer like that, then you can you can work yourself through with some savings that you have. So ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months set aside for those things. You're gonna have cracks and rot, and you want to be able to bounce back quickly.
Yes.
Right. So once you set up your emergency savings, then you can start thinking about harder investment like the stocks and buying off debt and all of that. But we're not going to get into that
yet.
Okay. Right.
So, Pat, realistically, we have a huge cross-section of the socioeconomic groups, right?
Yeah.
And some of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. And there are some people who are only earning $15,000 to $18,000 a week. And they are saying, can't talk about saving, but me can't save nothing because by the time I finish, we're going to send the children to school, buy school uniform, lunch, books, JPS, water rate, rent, all of these things, transportation. There's nothing left. What is the hope for that?
All right, so it doesn't matter if you're earning 1 million or 18,000, you still need to budget, because a budget is really a plan of how you're going to spend your money. And the question that you ask, I'll answer it now because it is regularly asked of me. The reality is, what about side hustles? Are you good at decorating? Can you take a course with the Dezign Diva?
Of course, you can.
You know, could that be a goal for 2025? Are you good at baking? Could you start baking and sell to your co-workers? Are you good at plants? Can you start planting? I was listening while I was coming down, and you were talking about the ZZ plant, the snake plant.
The snake plant, yeah.
Put some in a pot and start selling them. So there are ways and means. There are things that you have in your garage that you can sell. There are some clothes, ladies, that you bought last year that you could pretty much sell half price to a co-worker or to a friend, or give it to your sister and she can give you money for it. So they're all, you know what, we have a lot in the house, Karen?
Yeah.
Old phones.
Yes.
We change phone a lot.
We change phones a lot.
Sell the phone, 10,000, 15,000 here and there. Start thinking entrepreneurial. And so see how you can subsidize that 18,000. You can plant a little garden in your backyard with some callaloo, with some tomatoes, peppers, sell to your neighbors. People will support you.
I love this conversation. Here is why. This discussion is surrounding the things that you can do on your own. So many times we look outwardly for external benefit and external things that because we have victim mentality, and people must come and help me and help me and help me. But I remember reading in the Bible once when the Lord said to Moses, use what is in your hand. And I believe that is what carried a lot of us through with COVID, when things shut down and everything. You had to look within and say, all right, what we can do now? You know? What Budget Auntie is saying is, listen, if you are under earning, you must have something within you that you can say, you know what? I can do this. I can be an entrepreneur. And if you don't, go get a side job. Nothing wrong with a part-time job.
Of course, absolutely. So you have all of us has innate skills. All of us have some skills that we can unleash. You can teach music. Teachers can get some students on our veranda.
Pep coming.
So there are lots of opportunities out there for everyone. So I can't buy that we can't find more to do.
Yes. So how can we know? Because I'm telling you something. The first thing that you said when you sat in this chair was discipline.
Right.
A lot of us are undisciplined.
Yes.
How do we stick to, remember, let me tell you something, guys. Budget Auntie is here. She is not here to just because she wants to come see me on a Saturday afternoon. She is here because she's doing God's work. You understand what I'm saying? Right. How do we stick to, stay focused, stay motivated to that budget, because there are times when you're like, Lord, I'm supposed to put away $20 here, but just unbelieve me, I can't do that now because something else. And as you know, sometimes when you expect a little bit of money, something just comes in and takes that out before it even comes in. How do we stick to it?
Right. So, as I said before, well, I didn't say this, but I'm now saying, if you're gonna save 20%, you should find means and ways of taking that out of your account. Automatic deduction. If you're a salaried employee, then your employer should deduct, and you shouldn't have access to some of this money so readily.
I agree.
So your money is going to a savings account. At the bank, you can have several bank accounts in a Karen. You can have several bank accounts. And so you set up automatic deduction. And so some of those accounts, you shouldn't have any card for them.
Yes.
So like today now, when you feel like going to Ultimate, you don't have access to the money until about Monday, Tuesday.
Yes.
And that will be fine too. You're not going to miss anything because next year you can always go. So you have to create that sort of a discipline to help yourself. Let me give you an example.
Yes.
I shop mostly online and send to my daughter, and I pick them up whenever. And 2 weeks ago, in the Christmas season, I went to a store that I haven't gone to for years. I was looking for a stocking, a beige stocking.
Okay.
Went in the store, there was no beige stocking. I didn't want no clothes for Christmas. I had enough spillover from the summer. And I saw a dress that caught my eye, and I bought the dress for $10,000. I said, how did I end up with this dress? And all I wanted was a stocking that I didn't find. I went back in my car, and I had an appointment to get my makeup done at Fontana for an event in the night. And I just didn't turn up at Fontana. I went home and I did my makeup myself. So I said, this is the opportunity cost, because I buy the dress.
Yes.
I'm going to save on my makeup. And I took my time and did my makeup. Nobody would have noticed.
Nobody would have noticed. And a new makeup artist has been born.
Right. Right. So I'm just saying, we have to make decisions like those. Learn to do your makeup. Learn to put on your lashes. Things like that, and save money. Not every time you have to turn up with a makeup artist, and I'm not knocking it, the makeup artist. I'm just giving example, or you can toss up.
So for like me now, it's so funny how the time just goes when, Anyhow, I am going to the south of France this year.
That's right.
And what is it? So for anybody with those kind of ambitious goals and so on, what is Auntie saying
your
is
sinking fund. So you should activate your sinking fund. Out of that 20%, you're gonna start putting some money towards your South of France trip.
Yeah.
Because nobody's saying that you shouldn't take vacation. You can go to the south of France. You can also have a regional holiday in Panama. The Panama Canal is lovely to see. We should all see that. But we can also go to Negril. It's still vacation.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I had a good time 2 days after Christmas in Negril, and it was lovely. So I'm just saying is how you plan your business.
The thing
is, you can't get up today, Karen, and said,
I was just going to say that. Exactly.
I am going to South of France.
You took the word out of my head. Planning and discipline. Planning. All time people used to say, listen, man, once them take out that money out of them head, them not see it again. It's true. Once them, and they used to put money in all kind of little coffee pot and them something there. And they had different receptacles for different things.
Oh, yes. I went to Greece for my honeymoon.
Right.
And we went off at the end of July, early August. But I bought my airfare maybe February. So by the time I get to the end of July, we were just thinking of accommodation and little spending money, and so it wasn't a burden when you look
hardship.
At yes,
and
so you have to plan ahead and discipline yourself, as they would say.
Discipline yourself. So anyway, all right, where do we find you?
It's Budget Auntie with a AUNTIE on all social media platforms.
On all social media, which means TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. especially Instagram, right?
Yes, especially Instagram, and I have a website www.budgetauntie.com.
She's here for you. She's here for me. She's here for you. You heard how she started. You heard she said, listen to me now. I started out my life at 20 with 2 kids, 2 beautiful babies, but that didn't stop me. Today, I am a chartered accountant. I'm a JP. Don't want to have so much letters behind her name. It don't even make no sense. But here's the thing. She's even a food critic and food judge. Lord have mercy. So here's the thing now. Give us some really a roadmap to follow now. Some serious things.
Yeah, so what I want to say, let us focus on the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I want you to stick to the budget that you are going to prepare. You have to write it down, ink it. If there are debts in your portfolio, aka the credit card, we have to talk about that another time.
Yes,
Karen,
yes.
I want you to focus on paying those down so that it can free up your operating cash, what you have to do with your money on a monthly basis. And you're going to stick to it for the rest of the year. We all can do it. It just takes some discipline. You could also get a coach. It could be Budget Auntie, but it could always somebody in your church, somebody who
it has to be Budget Auntie.
It has to be Budget Auntie. But you want an accountability partner. Right? Now, when you kick off this year with your friends for your nice soiree, when you're preparing the ham bone soup, talk about the budget, all of you together. Invite me to come and talk to you about that. That's also very important. We're not only going to talk about the vacation and the clothes and the bags that we're going to buy. We're also going to talk about how we're going to be intentional with our budget. This year.
Thank you so very much for joining us and sharing space with me today on the Design Studio between 1 and 3 every Saturday, same time, same place. I am here. Budget Auntie will be back because there's so much we have to talk about when it comes to finances.
Absolutely.
And because we're now more enlightened and self-aware, we really can't, stick in the same trap. Because let me tell you something, if you keep doing the same things over and over and expecting new results, it's lunacy.
It's lunacy.
It's lunacy, and we're not lunatics. So guys, guess what? I have 1 minute to go. Time is on top of me. Miss Pepita is up next. Can't wait to see her show. Can't wait to hear her show. She is the bomb. Okay, so we have to thank Jareen, of course, for putting this whole show together. Of course, she's on top of her game. New year, and she's just keep going. Okay, our videographer and our editor, Nigel Austin. You saw the Seville? You saw how beautiful that was? That's Nigel. And of course, our in-studio engineers, me one have 2. We have David and we have Kevin. Yes. Thank you so much for keeping us on target and just keep going. And our driver, Kimali Rowe, who, drives us everywhere and gets us there in style. So, guys, that really wraps up another inspiring episode of our Decor radio show, Decor and Lifestyle. We hope you've enjoyed the journey through the world of interior design and lifestyle and gathered valuable insights and ideas for your living. Yes. So remember now, your home and your life is a reflection of your personality and your style. Keep it stylish, keep it cute. Embrace your creativity and really and truly make it yours. Join us again next week, Saturday, 1 o'clock to 3 p.m. on the Design Studio. You'll never know who we're going to bring in next, where we're going to share with you expert tips, trends, and inspiration. So until then, keep envisioning and keep transforming your spaces into havens of beauty and comfort. Happy decorating. See you next week.
And like a that, it go be, it go see, it go feel because the blessings follow my yard. Blessings follow my yard, yeah, yeah. That's why I say my alcohol. I don't want to reason bad things no more. I don't want to go back to where.
It's time for a new